Hey guys, and Merry Christmas! Oh my god, I can't believe that we're finally on the last few days of the year. 2020 has been a challenge. Welcome to my channel. I'm Marta, aka Obscure Beauty, and I'm so glad to have you here. I'm a part-time nurse and illustrator, and this is my dream to become a full-time artist. On this channel, I want to guide you so you can avoid all my little mistakes as a newbie artist and make your journey far easier than mine. If you like this content and my little time lapses, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It will be mostly appreciated. This week I decided to move the video a little bit early in the week, a little bit earlier, so that we can all enjoy Christmas peacefully. Well, not me, because I'll be working in the hospital during my night shifts, but feel free to enjoy it without me. But also because I'm going to be talking about apps that are great to use on the iPad for drawing, so if you want any of these apps for Christmas, you can still check them out and buy them, or, have someone else give them to you tomorrow. And all of these apps that I use and paid with my own money, I receive nothing for talking about them, so take my own opinion and advices as you will. So let's get into it, shall we? My top 7 apps that will help you on your journey as an artist. First, you open your iPad and you want to draw. The first app that I have to recommend to you is Procreate. And Procreate is, for me, and by far the best drawing app that I've ever used. I mainly used Photoshop before that. I tried a few other programs, but I just never felt as connected as with Photoshop. That is, until Procreate. Procreate is honestly one of the best apps I've ever used, and the price is more than worth it. It's cheaper than a one-off clip studio, definitely cheaper than any subscription. I paid like £10 at the time for it, and it's a work machine. It also gets regular upgrades and updates, and the latest version is just absolutely amazing. Okay, I'll stop just saying how good it is and actually get to little facts about it. On Procreate, the easy peasy setup is you set up the paper size you want, DPI you want, and you just click on it, done. Integrated on Procreate, you have already amazing multiple brushes you can use, and you honestly don't need anything else unless you're a greedy person like me. You have layers, you have layer modes, graded maps, and special attention to graded maps. They're new and they are amazing for creators. There's transform tools, it's just very well rounded. It's missing a couple of things from Photoshop, for example, the magnetic lasso tool that I loved, and the shape tool that, to be honest, I can't find in any other app anyway. But there are ways around it, so it's not that much of a loss, especially when compared to a monthly subscription and the really not that great iPad version of Photoshop. Also, let's not forget that Procreate does record your painting, so you can just publish it later, like what I usually do on these time lapses. It really makes life easier, I can tell you that much. Either way, I'll try and make a proper Procreate tutorial at one point. I'm not really techie, but I guess I can explain what I use the most. This is just a list of apps that I really love for drawing, so I'm just gonna move on to my next favorite app on the iPad. So there's another drawing app that I like to recommend, which is Clip Studio Pro. Available not only on the iPad, but also on the desktop, so you can work seamlessly between them too. I don't use it myself, but I've tried it. I still have it installed, as you can see. Lots of friends use it, and I have to recommend it, because it is a really good app. My main issue with it being it's a subscription on the iPad, which is a bit lame, and it's a lot more complex and complicated than Procreate, which right now does not suit me. Just, consider me one of those old dogs that has a lot of troubles getting to learn new tricks. That's me. However, you get an added bonus stuff like vectorized line art, which makes it so much easier. And also painting tools. The painting tools are ridiculously fast and easy to use and fun. There's plenty of tutorials on Clip Studio out there, so have a look if you need. I definitely recommend it if you need something a bit more techy and specific than Procreate. Specifically for you folk that make comics out there, but I bet that, you know, if you do comics, you probably already use Clip Studio Pro. Now, onto the good companion stuff, Visref. It's the perfect companion for any of these drawing apps. Visref, I can't speak it, is a reference board created for artists. It's super easy to do print screens, copy and paste it, or just drag pictures and photos from anywhere back to Visref. Every time before I start a commission or even my own art, I do start a mood board on this app. I think it's really essential actually too, for any good drawing to have a mood board. Of course you have other options to create mood boards. I just find this app really easy to work with, and then I just keep it next to Procreate whilst I draw. I'll take this moment to ask that if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe to my channel. Any support is appreciated. Next in my list, I'm going to talk about references. References for me are really important. I'm trying to learn more about anatomy and gesture drawing, but I do want my commissions to come out the best that I can. So sometimes you can find images that actually fit what you want to draw on Google or something, but most of the times action poses are not that easy to find, or they already have clothes that actually makes it, difficult to check the anatomy of the character. Or maybe you just want to mess up with lighting and you want lighting to come out from another place. And this is the reason why I love these two apps. So first, you've got Artpose Pro and Magic Poser. They are fairly similar, and I guess that you can just have one of them or none really. I mean, none of this is mandatory, I just like them. Anyways, I have both and I use them for different purposes. In terms of raw anatomy and having the perfect reference for your drawing, I'd go with Artpose Pro. I find it really easy to set up, and the quality of the image is really good. The muscles are well defined, it looks like a fairly real person. You can have both male and female and change a bit the anatomy to your needs. There's also some props and a good lighting too. The only problem that there is that there's a cap of 2 characters at a time, and sometimes you just need to draw more than 2 characters at once. And I've already done that the hard way, so if you ever need to draw more than 2 characters, just draw them at the same time. Do not do it like me and draw them separately and then try to put them together, because it will not work. It's gonna be a pain in your head, and you're gonna end up regretting it as soon as you try. And that is the reason why I also have Magic Poser installed. Magic Poser is still a good app, and you can set up multiple characters with different anatomies at the same time and different drawing styles. I find that the models are a bit less detailed than Artpose Pro, so I only use it when I need to, but there's a lot more stuff you can use in Magic Poser, a lot. And I mean a lot of props if you're willing to buy them, and even character types like anime characters. So I guess that if you have a tight purse and can only have one of the two, I'd probably recommend Magic Poser rather than Artpose Pro, just because it's a lot more flexible. Next one, it's actually a free app, but I have to totally recommend it just in the off chance that you don't have it already. As an artist, just make yourself a favor and add Pinterest to your list of apps. And I say this because I didn't really know Pinterest until this year, and Pinterest is actually a big factor on, why and how I started drawing again after these 8 years. I mean, I totally knew Pinterest existed, I just didn't know how it worked and why I needed it. Pinterest is probably the most known source of inspiration for artists. You start gathering images that inspire you, and every time you go to it, it just gives you similar stuff that you might like. It's really one of the best apps there is if you ever struggle with inspiration. Pinterest is like the art block, like biggest enemy. So yeah, if you still don't have Pinterest installed, just add it right now to your list of apps and start browsing. Just be careful not to become too addicted to it. Lastly, I'll just speak about the one I currently use, but feel free to find anything else to use it or not at all. But I find that having an app that helps you prepare and save images and captions and hashtags, ready to post on Instagram and other social medias is really, really useful. Mostly because as a nurse I work shifts and sometimes I have to post whilst I'm working, which is very complicated, because in the emergency department you kinda don't really stop. So, currently I use Preview app. I did pay it and no, I don't think it's worth it. Instagram has perfectly good analytics by itself. There are tons of similar apps that allow you to post on Instagram and even on Twitter at the same time, so I might change the app later in the future. It really doesn't matter which app you choose, it just matters that you are consistent with your posts on social media, especially on Instagram, as the algorithm really favors consistency over erratic behavior. That's the sole purpose of these apps, in my opinion, so you just need to find one that suits your needs. I might do a review later when the subscription of this app ends, I'll see. And that's it! My top 7 apps for iPad to help you succeed on your career as an artist and just, generally make your life easier. I really hope that this is useful for you, even if just a little bit. I understand that I'm fairly late to the party as an artist, but I wonder that if I'm late, maybe other people are late too, and this might actually help those people. So, yeah. And if you like my art and want to support me, please consider following me on my Ko-Fi and donating me some caramel lattes, or even to subscribe to me there. I love doing commissions, but I really want to have some time for other content and, your help would mean a lot to me. Right, tomorrow is Christmas and I wish you a Merry Christmas or just a fantastic holidays or, just even a great weekend. I love talking to you. See you next week and stay safe.